Joining me this morning is Second Ward Councilman Phil Garcia. How you doing, Philip?
Good, good.
We announced he was going to be on yesterday, but he got called to work and couldn't make it. And I understand part of the problem that's going on right now is you've moved.
Yeah, I've moved, and I've still got one piece of the puzzle to get back together now, so it be officially open. So.
Where are you located at?
I'm in the Windermere Plaza, 2610 West Prospect. It's just west of the Saybrook Plaza, a little strip plaza there. Infinity Resources there, cheap tobaccos there, hearing stuff there, financial institutions there.
Okay.
So that little strip plaza, right, just west of the Saybrook Plaza. So I'm right on Route 20.
So are you? You're still in. I mean, you're still working.
Oh yeah, I'm still doing some catering, and I'm waiting to get one last piece so I can go open a carry-out deli.
Okay.
I'll be open 5 days a week.
Did you have a carry-out deli at the other place?
I did for a while, but it was just so far out, I just wasn't doing much business out there, so it was just kind of, so kind of set that down.
So you should be in your new place soon then?
Yeah, I'm in the place. I've been in the place since June, last week of June.
Okay.
Catering, but not the carry-out deli, so I'm still, but it's been a rough 2 months because, I didn't take a whole lot, knowing I had to move and,
right.
And where, and it was a hectic two.
I hate moving.
Yeah, yeah. And then when you got to get inspected and doing this and get this right and that right and get the ovens hooked up and get the everything, it all falls into place, but you never think it was going to. So it was a little bit tough.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. You might be able to answer it for me. I got this thing from Jay Jocelyn about Linda Varquette Jocelyn golf outing.
Yeah.
And it says on it August 3rd, and that is not a Saturday.
That's a wrong thing. It should be August 1st.
Okay.
And I think it's at Village Green. I think he sent that out.
Right. Why did you send that to me?
Yeah,
Jay.
I think what I got the same email, and he said it was the wrong email. And I think it's Saturday, August 1st.
It would have to be. That's Saturday.
Yeah. And I think it's at Village Green.
That email that it shows 2013. Now that I look at it.
Yeah. He sent the wrong email out, so
I did. I have sent a reply to him.
Yeah, because I got the same email, and then I got another email in the back. So somehow I got. But I'm pretty sure it's at the Village Green. But don't quote me on that. But I'm pretty sure it is, because I think that's what they told me. So
okay.
I hope so. If I go to the wrong spot.
Yeah, you'll be at the wrong place.
Yeah.
So, folks, if you're going to sign up for this golf outing, it's August 1st. So,
Yeah, it's always a good golf outing, too.
Oh, yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
Very
and last year, they did have a rain. It did.
I thought it did.
Yeah, they started golfing. It was one of those Saturdays that just downpoured, and they ended up having it in September. I think
that's right.
It wasn't a Browns game. It was on September or something.
I remember seeing those guys picking up the food at one of the stores, and it was okay then, but it was muggy out. And then about an hour and a half later, it just got terrible. Yeah. Bill, we wanted to have you on because we like to have you on at least once a month to talk about things that are happening in the community here with the city. One of the things I mentioned earlier that I'm getting a lot of talk about is the high weed ordinance things that's going on. And I know we got behind because we're going through the transition to get a new city manager, and the bids didn't get out, all that sort of stuff. Have you got any complaints on this?
We have. They're out mowing now that I know of. I think when we first got started, they had all that rainy period, and we just got a list last night. Mr. Hockaday is keeping us up to date on. He gave us all the zoning permits were coming up. The housing things and things like that. I think they're running behind, but they are enforcing them and going to mow them. So.
And we are charging these property owners.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. The other thing that's on our minds, Center Street Bridge.
Okay. Jim Hockaday was talking about it last night.
They had a work session
last night, and one of the problems is somebody is moving the barricades to the bridge.
What do you mean?
They're moving the road closed sign off. They had it barricaded. They had it cabled. They cut the cable, and now it's illegal to do that. Plus, the bridge is not stable to drive a car past.
It's
Unsafe. So if you see anybody driving across that bridge or moving the barricades, please call the police department, because this, somebody's going to get hurt, and that bridge is not stable for car traffic or any kind of traffic. Because
it's blocked off on both sides.
Both sides. They had the big signs, road closed. They had cones on it. and somebody had moved it one time before this and put a big cable on it. Somebody cut the cable over the weekend and moved the sign away.
Oh my Lord.
And you know, that bridge is not stable, so please, you know, don't do that. And speaking of that, Mr. Hockaday was talking last night about, looks like we're going to get some funding for it.
I know he was going to apply.
Yeah, he applied. He was waiting for a word yesterday, but didn't get back. They didn't get back to him. But it looks like it's going to be. I guess not 100%, but at least half of the money we need to do that, and then we're going to borrow the money or put it on a bond or whatever. And he's hoping that by September that we can put a bid out and get it done before winter.
That'd be excellent.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking about Mr. Hockaday, when he gets a project going, he'll go after it.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, you just can't wait, especially that bridge, because you know, you're cutting off like a, you know, people on south coming down there, and that's a very important road. And plus with CLYO and stuff like that, and we want to get it done right. CT engineer's been looking at it, but the main thing is, please do not move those barricades. You know.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and I didn't either. I just floored me yesterday when Mr. Hockaday was talking about that. So it's going to be in the paper. Please don't move those barricades. Don't drive across the bridge. You know, it's not safe to drive across.
Anything else from work session last night?
We're talking about the southern roads. You know, the ditchings. You know, the dust control. You know, it's once again, it hasn't rained. You know, in a week or two, so we're running into that. We want to get, you know, more of that done, the seal cracking on the roads and stuff like that. And you know, we're kind of taxed at the, you know, how many people we have there, but you know, let's, you know, prioritize the work. And the paving projects, I just went down old main road there, and that turned out real nice, with other roads getting paved, and then with the, what you call this, chip and seal. It's not like it used to be, you know, when you had those stones all over the place. This is a very good project. Sean Aiken said they've used it in Geneva and Madison. It's more buck for a dollar. You know, we get a lot more out of it. We're going to do that on the Leith Walk and Townsend Avenue and a couple other streets where they, you know, they take care of it. And it's a very, it looks like a brand new street. So and so we'll get more streets paved that way, and we're looking at that.
I noticed that street that goes to the McDonald's. I don't go down it anymore because they had brought it all the way down to
Madison
Street. And they were going to do that, I guess.
Yeah, they're doing that, yeah. And there's a little bit of money left over because some of the roads weren't as bad. They're going to, I was talking about Valley Street, kind of put a scratch surface on that. And maybe Cricket, because Cricket was been on the list, you know.
Yeah, I see John brought that up,
yeah.
Our hero.
Yeah, and Debbie Newcomb has also too. So hopefully that, you know, and we're watching our dollar, how we spend it, you know, make sure when, you know, what we have when we got some extra money.
Sure.
And they're talking about the storm sewer project on Chestnut Street.
Yes.
That was there were some difficulties on that because some of the lines weren't lined up right, but it seemed to be moving along. And one thing Mr. Hockaday does is, you know, when you do a project, let's make sure it's all done correctly. I think you're going to bring the water line up a little bit so it's in line with everything else. And
have you got any, not complaints, Phil, but any reports that that has caused some outages in that area? I've had people say that they've lost service to different things, and I go, maybe it's because of that work that they're doing.
Well, I think they had it shut off. Was it last week for a day or two?
Was it the water or something?
Yeah, the water.
Yeah,
it was in that area. I think it was last Tuesday or something like that.
I think you're right.
They had paper that they had to do some things on that. Yeah, but that just only helps the infrastructure. And then
will that be completed this year?
Should be, yes.
And then they will do the whole Chestnut Street road or
I
street?
think so.
I thought Debbie told me that.
Yeah, there's more into the project, and they had to get this done for the grant, and Mr. Hockaday got right on top of that and made sure the time restraints and this and that, and got it in time.
Good.
And there's some other things that he's going on, and he's very proactive in what, you know, needs to be done. Right.
You know, of course, your dad was very instrumental with the summer program, and I don't know whether you've had it yet or not, but I saw that you were gonna, you know.
Yeah, we had the picnic last Friday. The kids.
How'd that go?
Very, very, very well. I mean, you can't thank Jim Kennedy and his staff and all the volunteers that helped with him, the high school kids, and the kids are so nice and so grateful. You know, thank you. And when they left the upper pavilion, you thought that nobody was even there. They had it all cleaned up.
Nope.
Just very, very polite and very thank you. And they had some prizes. I gave some Indians tickets away, and then Chris Breck gave some captain's tickets away, and he gave some boxes of candy away, and the kids, had a great time. They were in the Township Park at the beginning of the day, running around there doing their exercise. And you can't think of a better program, for what we have. And you got to thank the school system for letting the Lakeshore Primary. Jimmy Kennedy always got there like at 7:30. Didn't start until 8:30, but he got there early enough so if the parents had to work, they could drop their kids off. Make it convenient for the parents because it's at 8:30. So maybe if the parent went to work at 8, he'd be there at 7:30, quarter to 8 at Lakeshore Primary to.
When your dad, and Steve Grant said that he participated in it, but it was at West Main. The one I participated with your dad was at Conneaut High School,
right?
In that field, yeah. And I was a little kid riding a bicycle over there, and we would spend an hour or two there playing ball, or it got us out of the house and gave us something to do,
right.
And that's what I think is so important today, Phil. Instead of playing with these things here. We were outside playing.
Yeah, they were outside playing, and they would be fed breakfast by Community Action. Keith Schreiber from Dairy Queen come down once a week with the dilly bars, and then they have lunch. So about 12:30, and then the kids were active. Throughout the day they were playing. Tag football, with, I think a little bit of soccer, a little bit of baseball, some other games. And the day I was there, it was raining, so they were in the gym, and you just see how great the kids were, how they reacted. Mr. Kennedy, and it was just, and Joel Taylor helped out, and Cheryl Casito helped out, and some other people there. But it's just a great program, and we wish we could go longer, but hey, let's take what we got and keep it strong, and that's what we were looking for.
Did you also do the city employee?
Yes, right after that. It was
it worked. Busy day.
It was very good, and then right after that I did the Rotary golf outing too.
Oh my God!
So it worked out just right because the Rotary golf outing was at Village Green, so the timing worked out just right, and it worked out right. It was 11:15. The kids, and about 10 to 12, the kids got done with their thing, cleaned up, and the parents were picking them up. And here comes rolling in the city workers, and we had about 65 of the city workers come in. Yeah, Mr. Hockaday was there. He couldn't make it for the first session because he got caught in traffic on Route 90 because he wanted to greet the kids too. And
right.
Mr. Notar was there for the
for
schools, and very, very
good.
So it was.
Would they have hot dogs?
Hot dogs. We had for the kids. We had hot dogs, bags of chips or pretzels or that, and some watermelon and cantaloupe, and bottled water, and we did away with the pop and.
Yeah.
And then for the city employees, we had hot dogs and brats because they like the brats.
Oh yeah.
So I brought the brats, and we had potato salad, macaroni salad, pasta salad.
Holy mackerel!
Oh yeah. So then I had some strawberry shortcake for them too.
When I used to be on the cable advisory board, we would go because we were considered, not employees but members of the city. We would go. We'd have a great lunch, and it was always a lot of fun because you get a chance to talk to people that you don't normally get a chance to talk to.
Yeah, right. And it was just a nice, everybody, all the city employees just kind of sit down and relax along the lake. It was just a nice thing, and it's kind of a thank you, for a job well done for all of them, whether they're up at City Hall or down at the wastewater plant or Public Works or whatever department, and they put a hard day's work in, and it's just. Excellent.
I think it's a great program.
So it kind of worked both ways. The kids got fed, and boom, and the parents picked them up, and you couldn't ask for better. Everybody got T-shirts and things like that.
Really?
And there were some sponsors that I'm gonna read off at the next council meeting. But the positive things like that. It's fun to do, and it's what we need in Conneaut, more activities for the kids and things like that. And and you look at what's going on. They had the tennis camp the week before at the.
Oh yeah.
And that's supposed to be
Simpson
and Harry, and then supposed to be getting that paid. Donnie Layton got a grant for that, so hopefully we'll get that paid this year, and so we don't have a bad tennis courts, and a lot of positive things. And to look at the new Leaf just opened their event center.
Yeah, their official opening, by the way, is this coming Sunday. I think they're having a service there. We'll have Pastor Scott Walsh on the show Thursday to talk about that with some other members of the community. So for that church.
And then you look at the new ice cream stand heavily.
Oh yeah, it's doing great.
Yeah, you know, you want to go to church on Sunday. Go to but no, that's a nice little business, a building that wasn't being used. They've turned it into something very positive. You know, it's a nice little.
And it's got. My wife's driving me crazy. She goes, Pat, we got to go to this place. I go, I agree with you. We just haven't had a chance.
Yeah.
But from what I hear, it's getting rave reviews.
Yes, very good ice cream, very good service. Yeah, it's just a nice, you know, you walk in there, it's just a nice little, something a little different. It's a kind of a.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, because I read it on Facebook. I said, I'm looking up. I'm trying to think of the church. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Walked in there, boy. It's just
kitty corner of McDonald's. There.
Yeah, very very nice. You know, nice little thing. Then now they got picnic tables outside and things like that.
I saw that this morning.
Yeah, so
good for them.
And it's local people, you know, getting a local business, and that's what you're looking for.
And I think they make that ice cream.
Yeah, they make it downstairs.
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Yeah,
good for them. I wish them well.
Yeah, I do too. You know, any time a small business opens up, you hope that everything goes good for them.
Yeah.
And it's a support.
I know my wife's got a little reunion party tonight with a bunch of gals that she went to school with, graduated with, at the Break Wall. And I haven't had a chance to get down to the Break Wall this year yet. I love the place. It's great. And she goes, Pat, I'm giving you a treat. I'm going to bring you home some ribs tonight. And I says, that sounds good. That's another business I really hope thrives, and I hope to continue on down there.
Yeah, that's
I think it's big for the downtown.
Yeah, that's very very good. You know, because there's some place you go there, you know, sit on the deck, whatever you're going to have, and you know, even though it's only 3 months of the year, it's a good 3 months. So they're open a little bit longer than that. They're open in April, I think. Until,
I think even maybe March until October 1 or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, because you can't. You know, once it gets cold down here, you're not going to do anything. But you know, and that's another one of those businesses that can strive, and a lot depends on the weather.
Sure.
Even if it's not good weather, you can still go inside and eat, but still, there's not. You know, you don't get as much business, but you make that up with that. That's another positive there.
Now, Philip, you will be running this November.
Yes, I will be running. I pulled my petitions. I haven't got them filled out yet. I've got some signatures, but being with the move, I'm running a little behind on that. So, but probably within next week or so, I'll be out in the second ward getting my. I think I have to get 25 signatures.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be too much. And I've enjoyed being on council.
Will this be the third term?
Yeah, it'll be the third term.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm always thinking positive and looking at what's good for the city, and hopefully keep on improving. I think we've got a good city manager, Mr. Hockaday, and a good council to work with, and being proactive on things. And things are moving. I think you know, you look at some of the stuff that's been done. You know, look on Main Avenue. You got Snap Fitness coming on there, and you got little small shops on there that coming about. And you look at some of the small things, and hopefully you're looking for the big things that come about.
There's a lot of positives going on in Conneaut, and I'm glad to see that. If you have any questions for Phil, or if you have any concerns that you'd like to bring to his attention, he's here. He's got an open door policy, always has. Give him a call, 593-7181, and do it now, because he has to leave. He has another appointment here in about 12 minutes, so we have to let him go at 8:30. So if you would please, if you have any questions or concerns, you can call him now, 593-7181. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, Pat.
Hello, Ken.
Hey, good morning, Phil.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, good.
Good. Hey, remember when I talked about the Route 20 right across the street from a landing?
Yes.
Apartments? Yeah. When they was digging up to the side of the road, make it water for when it rains.
Right.
Yeah. When they done my side, they done part of it and cut much off on the driveway, just left it there, and didn't even touch the side of my on the property.
Your phone's cutting in and out there, Ken.
Yeah, I know. They've cut some on the curbs on Route 20, but the only thing I can think of, and I forgot to ask Brian about it, is so water flows into the storm drains. I think that's what they're doing. And that's the only thing I can see, because I went up and down Route 20 and watched that, and they were kind of getting the big chunks out of the curbs, and so the water runs into things. And it doesn't look real good, but I think they have to do it so the water runs in to the storm drains. It doesn't
Clear it out.
it doesn't back up on the roads. That's the only thing I can think of why they're doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it looks like I'm going out there. When the cool down a bit, I'm going out there.
Okay, your phone's cutting in and out there, Ken, real bad, and we can't really hear you.
So that's what I think what they're doing.
Okay.
So, okay.
Thanks, Ken. Hey, how about the bridge, Amboy?
It's moving right along.
I've got pictures of it.
Yeah. And from my understanding, a little bit ahead of schedule when I talked to John Patterson.
Really?
And I'm going to see John Patterson in a little bit. I'm going to be out at the Ashcraft industry.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some kind of meeting out there. They want us, you know, and I'm kind of concerned about that. You know what they're doing with that.
I'm very concerned about that situation.
And I've always been a critic of Mr. Kasich because you look at all these levies we have to put on. That's because all our funding's been cut.
Yeah.
You know, he's looking great. You know, he's gallivanting all over the country, and like he said yesterday on the show that he doesn't know where Conneaut is, and that's another reason we're talking about the police levy.
Right.
I don't want to put any more levies on, but we have to provide the service for the citizens because all this money we've lost over almost $1 million.
I know. It's amazing.
Yeah, amazing. So.
And you must be proud of that.
Yes, yeah. So. Yeah.
Hi, you're on the air.
Morning.
Hello.
Mr. Garcia there.
Yes.
We're talking to Mr. Patterson about the school out there. Would it be possible, if he knows, they can put a few names or whatever on who's really pushing this besides the governor? I mean, it'd be nice to fill up somebody's mailbox with some mail that doesn't agree with them.
Okay, well, I'll find out from Mr. Patterson who else is behind, that movement, and I'm concerned about it too, and I'm going out there today to take a look around Ashcraft because it's a wonderful program, and I think to do away with that it would be
it's a sin.
Yeah, it's sin.
Has he been there?
Have I been there?
Mr. Patterson, has he been there?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
And he knows that what these people need.
Yes.
And we should treat them as well as we treat the God's creatures across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, and he's been behind the Ashcraft Industries for a long time, and I know that for a fact, and it's just a wonderful program for what they do, and it's a purpose, and it gives them, they're with their peers, and I do a bowling banquet for them every year, and just is the excitement on the kids' faces, and
exactly.
Yeah,
and the ones that do the work,
yeah,
they get a paycheck, which isn't much.
Yeah.
But they would go and do it anyway without it.
Right.
There's no way of explaining this to them that they can understand it.
Right. It's just amazing, when you talk to these kids. I've been doing this bowling banquet for the last 10 years or so, and it just, the trophies they get and excitement, and they play, they have competitions with each other, and then, you just some of the stuff that comes out of there when they have their prom and things like that they have out there, and it's just a tremendous program, and
so maybe also what they don't understand is they take buses up to Cleveland to watch ball games.
Right.
They go to Erie, they go to Dairy Queen, they go all over the place.
Yeah. And
it's not like it's a sit there all day thing and do nothing.
Right. And then I help out getting officials for their Special Olympics this year. Their basketball teams, they played out at Grand River Academy, and even our officials do not even charge them for, just a joy of doing that for the youngsters and young men, young women, and it's just and why anybody would even want to do anything different than what they're doing is beyond me. I don't understand it, and
I don't either.
But and that's coming right from the governor and whoever else is behind that. And
well, he's got to have a heart of stone because I mean it's ridiculous.
Right, it is.
The program that they pay for inmates and drug addicts and so on and so forth.
Right.
They could cut back enough of that to take care of that.
Yes. Well,
I mean, it's I don't know. It gets me totally upset because it's not their fault.
Right.
They did nothing to deserve what they have, and they actually do. They enjoy what they do have, what they do understand.
No, I see that when I do these things for this, and it's just it's amazing that somebody wants to cut that funding or do something different, and that somebody's not thinking it the right way.
Well, it's money in politics,
Right?
and what it comes down to is it's going to shut down the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
It's going to put other people out of work. This is statewide. This is not just
Yeah, I know.
Green Road. This is everywhere.
Yeah.
The whole state, every county.
Right.
And then, I mean, just, I don't know. Maybe he can give me some answers.
Maybe we will. Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good comments
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You know, he's messing with a very, very touchy situation
Right,
there.
yeah.
A lot of votes are going to go away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, you're on the air.
Morning, Pat. Morning, Phil.
Hi.
Morning.
I wonder, is there an overtime figure that council or the city manager has for the police overtime for the 4th of July festival?
Well, I'm sure that's on record. Yes. I'm sure. I don't know how much overtime they would have used. I think the only thing they've used on the overtime for that would be on the fireworks.
Okay.
Yeah, that I know of. Other than that,
I know this, Mary, that when I was on the committee, we barely used the police for anything during the actual event, but we did use them for fireworks, mainly because of when they leave the park. That's so congested, we needed police protection for that.
Right, and then when you have that many people running,
Right.
you want to have protection for everybody. And from what I understand, everything was very well organized, well run. It's one of those things that to have that type of event, you're going to have to use some extra overtime, and not that we.
Why do you ask, Mayor?
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I just kind of was curious
Yeah.
why she was concerned about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but I think it's one of those things that have that.
Yeah, the like you said, Phil, the fireworks, you need
Right.
traffic
And
control.
it brings a lot of people into town. You know, there's a lot of people come in, and I'm sure they're at the local businesses. They're doing all that. So.
I heard yesterday that D-Day, which is coming up in August, by the way, could this year bring 40,000 people in.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, going to be a little crowded down the lakefront.
Yeah.
Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, about taxes and levies and so on. Out here on Lake Road, I'm paying 5 times as much. My appraisal for my property, which I haven't changed in several years, has gone up 5 times. And it takes 6 months of my income to just pay taxes and insurance.
Wow.
Because somebody has to pay for all that damage out in the tornado area and cars that are, they replace and all. Because insurance companies might be there for you, but they're also there to make a profit. And somebody has to pay for it. Now, my house insurance has gone from $200 a year to $800 in the last 5 years. And you have no control over that. You can change insurance companies, but they're all pretty much on the same level.
Right. Yeah, that's a tough thing, because we're paying for somebody else's, or some people who are not insured and things like that. I understand that, and that's what I'm saying about police levies. And I understand the taxes, and that's why we put it up before the people. And if you feel that you can't afford it, that's your right to say no or yes or do that.
Oh, it's too bad, really, because it is a worthwhile thing, and people, especially the older people, they would be willing to vote for it, but they absolutely cannot afford any more money for that sort of thing. It's really, this is a wonderful town for older people. Like I told Pat, if you have a car and you can drive.
Right.
But, and we are getting a lot of older people, I think, retiring in other places and coming back here. But it's sad that you can't really afford to live here.
I understand your concerns, and we're trying to look out, and when we do pass the levy, and we try to get the best out of our buck for anything that we try to provide. When we had the fire levy, we make sure we provide the best service. We got the ambulances and stuff like that, and the fire trucks. And I understand your concerns, and
the rescue squad does wonderful work.
Yes,
really.
yes.
And another thing, I'm glad you are promoting small businesses because for years Conneaut has turned a thumbs down on small things and gone for the big things, which haven't happened.
Yeah.
And it's little businesses really that a lot of them do just as much.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct, and that's always been my philosophy, that what the country was built on was small business people.
Absolutely.
And let's support the businesses we have in Conneaut, because if they go and the bigger they get, and I think I just talked to Joe Erickson and his father John, and they said they had hired 6 or 7 people. Well, that 6 or 7 people didn't have a job before.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
they stay here then.
Yeah, and then maybe that 6 or 7 can go into 10 or 12, or who knows what they can do. So
yeah. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Gene. Some good points. The small business has to
right.
be supported, and that's what makes this town go around, because we're not going to get a Saturn planner and all that other stuff.
No, and like I said, we've got a lot of positive things, and we were just talking about the summer concerts they have down at the Art Center every weekend. Now this weekend they have the polka bands coming in. I talked to Penny. She says we have different things for different people.
She's mixed it up.
And I just give a plug out that this last Sunday they had the Youngstown Connection, the group from Youngstown. It will be on the cable channel. But what a great young musician dance
That's
group.
what Mike Bartone said. They're fantastic.
They're fantastic. And I'm sure the polka band. They have the Kingpins, and they had the Buns' Conquest, the jazz and stuff like that. So they have a different every Sunday night. It's a free concert. You sit there, and Sunday was nip and tuck whether it was going to rain or not, and it didn't rain. And it was a nice cool breeze coming off the lake after that Sunday. Because it kind of cooled. And that wasn't real stifling if you were away from the lake. But that, this group came up from Youngstown. They said they got caught in a rainstorm, and it was so hot down there. And they used to all.
Oh, they got nailed down there.
Yeah, and it was just a nice breeze out there, and it was just nice summer concert. You can go to that, and some other things that have happened in the city of Conneaut, and always looking to promote the city of Conneaut, and use our tax dollars the best we can, and work that we can. Like I said, do that.
Before we let you go here, Phil, I think maybe you better do another warning on the Center Street Bridge situation.
Yes, do not move those barricades on the Center Street Bridge. It'll be in the paper today. And it just floored me that somebody would move those barricades and drive across that bridge, because it's very unstable on that one side.
It's been closed down.
It's been closed down, and Mr. Hockley is working the best to get in. And like I said, at the work session last night, he's working with getting a grant for it. And as soon as we get the grant okayed, he's going to put it out to get 3 bids on it, to have worked on something like that. And he's shooting for September to get all this starting to wrap up, and maybe we can start on September, so it'll be open in the winter time. But please do not move those. And they said they cut the cable. They cut the cable.
They cut the cables on both sides.
To move it, go across the bridge. And that one side, I guess it's you can see the rebar. I guess where it's the blacktop is, that's what's kind of holding the bridge there. And he says even the thing's moving more because of all the rain we're having.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's doing that. You're trying to take a shortcut. Well, it's just like trying to beat a train. You're going to tie. And we don't want anything to happen to anybody, because say that you move it and somebody unsuspecting comes across that bridge.
Yeah.
It could, then we lose the bridge forever.
Has this been happening right along, Phil?
No, I guess just recently. It must have happened 2 or 3 times, because they had the barricades and they removed, and then they put the cable, and they cut the cable. So maybe they're going to get those cement barricades and put
extremely dangerous. I mean, you're going to end up in a creek.
And it may not be the person who did it. It could be the next person coming across, not knowing. Coming down the street. No, I can take a shortcut. Why?
It's open now.
Geez, I know. And what are you going to say? 5 minutes going around? It's just like the the local detour for Route 20 bridge. I'm getting used to going up Reed Road to Creek Road.
We do it all the time.
Yeah, and I mean it's very and go 25 miles an hour. I've seen the state patrol out there.
Sure.
I've seen.
They're watching it very close.
They were on. I happened to come up Gore Road one time, and the state patrol was on the Gore Road. So which is good. Because there's a lot of families, and it takes an extra 5 minutes. And I've taken Gore Road and Port Road. It's a little bit rough there in North Kingdom.
Bad, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little rough. But go up Amboy Road and around, it's very convenient. It takes you 5 minutes. It's nothing out of the way. I go to work, now I just take Creek Road all the way up to 193 and take 84 in the action.
See, we're down by Lake Road, so we just did the Lake Road to. We have friends out there in North Kingsville. We go to Poor Road.
Yeah. Right.
Area,
so, but it's inconvenient. But I think we've got around it, and it's very good. We got it.
One last call here. Hi, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat.
Hi. How you doing?
Here on South Amboy. I should say Interstate Amboy.
Oh, busy, huh?
Yeah.
You don't get anybody out here checking these speeders. They ride up and down this road 50, 60 miles an hour.
Boy, they were picking them up left and right here about a month ago.
We could probably pay Conneaut's
Yeah.
Well, all right, thank you.
All right.
Yeah, well, we've they have some patrols out there, but we're trying to get that. And there probably are some people, and I've gone on South Amboy, and I'm going 25, and people pass me, and some of the cars, people live out on Bridgeview Lane and a couple of other streets. I said, it's not in a hurry. Is this slow down? And like I said, the state patrol's been out there. We've been out. I've seen some city police out there. They can't be out there all the time, but there are extra patrols when we have the time to get out on South Amboy, North Amboy a little bit, because that doesn't travel as much, and then Creek Road. So hopefully, people slow down and we can control that. And I understand this concern. There are some. It's just like any place else. People abused what it is. So, but hopefully that nobody gets hurt, and knock on wood.
Go the speed limit out there, because you could get arrested.
And do not cross Center Street.
Yeah, right.
I can't emphasize that
enough.
That's really a sad situation, and when I heard that last night from Mr. Hockaday, I almost fell out of my chair.
Phil told me that this morning. I couldn't believe it. It was before the show, and I go, what?
Yeah. So, and it's going to be in the paper. So please do not mess with that bridge, because it's not. And we're going to get stay off it, and we're going to try to get it fixed as soon as possible. Mr. Hockaday is working on that. A lot of times when places were closed, it was always dragging on. But he's on the fast track, and if the funding comes through for the loan on that, the grant, then he wants to get it as moved fast as possible, and get it, because it's not going to get any better, and if we don't get it stabilized, we may lose it even when it's closed like that. So
okay. You got a regular meeting next Monday, right?
Right.
Okay, 7 o'clock in the council chambers at City Hall. Thank you so much, Phil.
All right.